people, Dani here, and we're back with another video. It has been so much fun making these videos for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, go ahead and hit that black box in the corner. Go ahead, you know you want to do it. Just hit the black box in the corner. I'll wait a second. All right, so today I really wanted to talk about how my mindset has shifted since becoming a parent and kind of how it was before. Things I've learned, things I'm learning, things I'm working on, but my mental completely shifted once I became pregnant. So I want to talk about 10 things with 2 bonuses at the end. You know, I'm good for a good little bonus now. Now, I want to talk about 10 things, a few things that I'm learning, a few things that I just really want to instill in my son, and just how my mindset has just shifted. It's just, things have changed over here. Number 1, I don't want to take any risk when it comes to my son. And I mean where there's a chance of physical injury, physical harm, or just anything that's just absolutely can harm him in that type of way. For instance, when he was younger, leaving him on the couch and then going and, oh, I'm gonna go run and get something even though I know he can't roll over yet. I don't take those risks. Even when I'm driving in the car. Now let me preference this. I am a very safe driver, okay? I am a great driver. I tend to even win racing games. I know that has no validity here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm a great driver. But there's certain risks that I might take. No, there's certain risks that I took before that I definitely won't take now. You know, when you're like, oh, you know, I can make it in between those cars coming. I don't take any of those risks anymore when it comes to him. If anything, I am driving like a grandma. Not too much of a grandma where it's gonna cause an accident, but driving like a grandma. I'm super cautious. I'm that driver now that's like, no, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go. Come on now. I am that driver like, go ahead. So it's just certain things, certain risks that I just don't take because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. So when I'm thinking and I have to make a quick decision, I have to think about, okay, the end result, if this ended absolutely horribly, is it worth that risk? If it's not, I'm not taking it. Nope, definitely not doing. It's not happening. So that's actually something that I learned from my dad. My dad was like, there's just certain things you don't risk, and you don't risk your kid. So big up dad for that one. So that was number 1. I just don't take the risk. Number 2, my mindset has shifted towards building legacy and financial freedom, financial independence, character. These are all things that I really care about right now. I'm learning about financial independence. I'm learning about investing. I'm learning about stocks. I have a life insurance policy, a will. These are things that I really want to set up. So 1, I can teach my son and future children finances, money. I have to know those things myself. So I want to be able to teach him what I know, but then him to have a good grasp of money and finances before it matters for him. So also, if something was to happen to me or his father or anything crazy, I don't even want to mention it, I want him to be taken care of. So I don't want to put my son in a worse financial situation if I was not here. So looking into custodial accounts for him, even just something as simple as finding a bank that has a high interest savings account. So if you're just saving money and you're not in the investing phase, just putting your money in an account where you're gonna get more money back. So that's something, just I'm looking at what I'm doing with my money versus, oh yeah, girl, I want that new eyeshadow, I want that new da-da-da-da-da. Things are different. Even for his birthday, people are asking me, what should we get him for his birthday or what? And in my head, all I'm thinking is, you can contribute to his custodial account, which I'm definitely not gonna say. But it's just my mindset is just changing around money and what I want to teach him and instill in him. But I also have to learn these things for myself. So I found myself taking the time out to learn about investing, learning about how I can make my money make money. Now, I've been an entrepreneur before, so I understand business. But understanding how you can make your money make money, and then also learning about taxes, things they don't teach you in school, strategic, things they don't teach you in school, is just something that I'm learning more about. So my mindset around money and what I want to know about money has changed. Okay, number 3, my mindset around hanging out with my son. So in the very, very beginning, no, even now, he needed a lot of my time, but I also went back to work 8 weeks after having him. So in my head, there was a lot of things where when I was hanging with him, I was thinking, okay, I'm not getting this done, I'm not getting this done, I'm not getting this done. And I wasn't intentional with him when I was hanging with him. There's a lot of times I was, and then there's a few times where I was letting my mindset of, okay, what needs to happen right now? What do I need to do for work? My mind just wasn't focused on him. So once I realized, hey, you know what? I need to shift my mindset. It changed my attitude. It changed my behavior. It enhanced how we play, how we interact. Before, I was kind of boggled down by thinking of all the negative things that I'm not doing that I could be doing. But then I shifted it to, okay, what does my son need from me right now? What can I give him in these moments? Like, how can we play? How can I really see him in these moments? And because, I'm only going to get 18 summers with him. 18 and 25, depending on what happens in life. But when he's at home with me, it's not really that much time when you think about it. So for me, I was like, you know what? Instead of me thinking about what I'm not getting done, let me focus on what does my son need? What can I instill in him? How can we play? How can we interact? What fun games? And it's been so great. And I feel better. My attitude's better. I've just given up, and I won't say given up, but I have shifted to realizing, hey, there are seasons for everything. And some things you have to let go or just let pause for a moment because your son is really important. And I think that was really important for my mental health as well too. Even though I absolutely love my son, I adore him, I love spending time with him, in the back of my mind, there was all of these list of things that still needed to get done that didn't put me in the best of moods. Once I shifted to, okay, focusing on what does my son need in this moment? How can I enhance anything? What can I do? Is this a parenting situation that I can use? Can we go play? Can I create something? Everything changed. My whole mental changed, my outlook changed. And it's not that I'm doing anything different, but my intention behind it is different. Because it's hard to shift from, I'm used to doing this, I'm used to doing that, this. And yes, it becomes all about your son, but being intentional about shifting your mindset was something that was just really important to my mental health. Number 5. Okay, so in a previous video, I talked about joining a virtual mommies group, or you got friends and people that have kids around you. It's really important to not compete with other people's kids. Repeat it. Do not compete with other people's kids. So if Susie is starting solids, don't try to force your kid to start solids before you're truly comfortable with it. If Mark is crawling, don't try to keep forcing your kid to crawl. If it's something you want to encourage, that's one thing. But don't force something on your kid because you see another kid doing it and now you're stressed and you're worried oh my goodness, they start crawling 2 days ago, my baby's not crawling yet. Don't stress about those things. Notice their developmental milestones, but do not force your kids to do something before they are ready to do it. It's okay to encourage certain behaviors, but it's just, you guys have seen the shows. Those tiger moms are serious. I've seen it growing up, and that's just one thing. I don't want to place my own insecurities on my son. And that's something that's really important to me. It's just seeing how normally, now I love playing games. I do. I'm not super competitive, but I love the thrill of it all. So I don't know. I just don't want to put any of my insecurities that my son needs to be the best at this, and he needs to do this, and he better do this, and he's first, and he da-da-da-da. Why? Number 6. So I really want to encourage him to learn how to make decisions for himself. I don't want to make every decision for him. I want him to be able to make some mistakes, but more so learn how to make decisions. What does that look like? Weighing the pros and cons, outcomes, things like that. Going with your gut, trusting things. I really want him to learn how to make decisions for himself. And I don't want to do everything for him. I want him to be able to fly and learn those skills before I let him fly. Number 7. This one is a good one. I don't want to push my own personal agendas on my son. So I love singing. I love dancing. These are things I think are fun to do. But I don't want to push that on my son if that's not what he wants to do. If that's not his dream, I'm not going to force him to do something because it's something that I admire or I esteem or I hold that in high regard. I want my son to have his own dreams and live out his purpose. He's 9 months now, but still, I can see how it's easy to slip into wanting the best for your son and thinking you know the best when actually you're living out your own fantasies through your kid. I don't want to slip into that. Number 8, negative speech. So I just believe in speaking life over your children. Yes, I'm going to be realistic, but I want to find other ways and other words to use that also describes the behaviors that I'm talking about. So I just believe that words breathe life and death. And I just don't, your tongue is so powerful. And the crazy thing about it is kids remember what you say. Parents, teachers, adults, guardians, grandparents may not realize, but I bet you right now, you listening to this, remember something negative that someone has said over you that has probably happened 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and you won't let it go. Words have so much power, so I don't want to speak negatively over him. Do I want to encourage him? Do I want to give him critical critiques if he needs it? Yes, absolutely. I don't want to just pretend everything's rainbow and sunshines, but I think there's a very different thing. There is a power in the tongue. So I definitely don't want to speak anything heinous over him. So I'm just very careful with my own thought pattern, and also what I'm saying over him, but also what I'm saying over us as a family. Your words have power. So that's something I'm even more attentive to now than I was before. Number 9, I want to see my son. I want to hear my son, meaning I want to truly see him. I want to know what he's interested in. I want him to show me those things. I want to see, what is he talking about? You know, he's not quite talking yet, but he's already showing his interest in certain things. So I'm just paying attention to those things. And I want to know, what is he interested in? What's already instilled in him and it's coming out? So for me, I just really am observing him and want to be there for him and motivate him towards the things that he's interested in or strengths he might have or just see, what is he talking about? What gets him excited? So I'm excited to see those things. Number 10. Now this might be an unpopular opinion. And it sounds like, when you hear it, it sounds a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it does sound like, but for me, I have a relationship with God, and I believe that my child is not my own. So yes, is it my child? Absolutely. Is he my responsibility? Absolutely. But I also know that my child is a child of God. So for me, I really want to encourage him to build that relationship with God. That also comes from me building my relationship with God. So I really want to encourage him to go to God about things, good or bad, which also I'm learning even more to build my relationship with God. I don't have all the answers. I never will. But I want to go to God about things, whether it's good, whether it's bad. Your kid is going to face things that you don't know about. They're going to see things that you don't know about. They're going to have things that affect them that you don't know about. Every parent has blind spots. Parents are amazing. Every parent, no matter how perfect you think you are, no one is, you're going to have blind spots. We all have them. Your kid is going to be affected by things that they may tell you, they may not even know that they're affected by. So teaching them to build that relationship with God now is so important. I'm learning how to do that for myself, and just continuing to build my relationship, because there's certain things, even as a parent, you're going to go through and you're not going to have the answers. You're not even going to know, what to do, good, bad, ugly. You're just not going to know. So just relying on that strength and that trust. You have made it to the bonus round. Bonus round. Thank you for continuing to watch this video. Now I have some bonus points for you. And it's more so, I wouldn't say bonus points for you. It's more so me just talking about my experience or my thoughts. So bonus number 1 is, you can be a great parent. Whether you had great parents, whether you didn't have great parents, whether you didn't have parents, you can be a great parent. It may require a little bit more work, research, connections, but you can do this. Don't try to let go of that mentality that, well, I didn't have this growing up, so I don't know how to do. You can be a great parent, whether you saw great parenting or not. Bonus number 2 is to pray over your child. There is certain things that they're going to go through. They may not talk to you about. You think they tell you everything. There's things that are going to affect them that they haven't even processed yet. They don't quite understand, that may hold them. Every parent has blind spots. So pray for them. Pray for your kids. Pray for their protection. I'm not going to go into all the prayers that you can pray over your child, but continue to pray over them. Y'all, that is it for things I'm working on, things I'm learning, things I love. Thank you for joining me for this video. Check out another one of our videos. Don't forget to subscribe. That's right, hit the black box. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video.